Washington State University can be held liable for Sam Martinez's death. That was the ruling from the state Supreme Court today, more than 6 years after the 19-year-old died from alcohol poisoning at a fraternity. Tonight, we'll hear from Sam's mom.
We are in weather impact alert mode. Hot and dry weather will continue, but some strong winds on Saturday will result in critical fire weather conditions.
And a desperate search continues at Bear Lake as crews work to find a missing paddleboarder. The latest in the search tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Tomorrow marks 6 years since the family of Sam Martinez filed a lawsuit against Washington State University, alleging the university holds some responsibility for Sam's death. This morning, the Washington State Supreme Court ruled the university can be held liable. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy spoke with Sam's mother today after the ruling, and she shared her thoughts on what happened.
The story starts in November of 2019, when WSU freshman Sam Martinez died from acute alcohol poisoning. The result, Pullman police and WSU agreed, of hazing at Alpha Tau Omega, or ATO.
Sam's death reshaped everything about our family and our future. And I stand in the shadow of that every day.
Sam's mother, Jolene House, says her family hasn't been the same since. Out of the tragedy, a new state law was passed in 2022 known as Sam's Law. The law requires schools to make hazing incidents public, and for anyone that kills or seriously hurts a person as a result of hazing, be charged with a felony. But a lawsuit the family filed against WSU in 2020, 2 years before the law went into effect, argues the university is also to blame alongside the fraternity, saying hazing was already known to occur at WSU.
They knew all along that this fraternity had a track record of hazing and assault and alcohol misuse and other misconduct. They knew that at the highest leadership levels at Washington State University, and they didn't tell anyone.
House says a Superior Court judge initially rejected her family's case. In January 2025, a Washington State appeals court ruled the university can be held liable. This was a first of its kind for Washington State. In response, WSU appealed the decision to the state Supreme Court back in October of the same year. WSU argued because the illegal hazing happened at ATO's off-campus house, it wasn't responsible. On Thursday, the High Court ruled the university does bear some responsibility as well, and the case now heads to trial. A trial, House says, was long overdue.
We're eager to share Sam's story in front of a jury. It's been a long time coming, and we are ready.
WSU released a statement acknowledging the court's ruling, saying they'll continue to engage in the situation as the case goes forward. For now, House is grateful to get the chance to share her son's story, hoping it'll help prevent hazing-related tragedies from happening in the future.
We're talking about this right as school is going to start again. It's so important to raise awareness of these issues and to protect young people from harm and from death.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, let's get our first check of the forecast at 5 o'clock with meteorologist Michelle Bosch. She is joining us from the Outdoor Weather Center. Michelle, another toasty day today, and we're tracking some critical fire weather in our future.
Yeah, it is going to be hot and dry tomorrow. Hot and dry on Saturday. So what's the difference? Why are we talking about this weather impact alert for Saturday? Saturday, we are going to add another factor, and that is some strong gusty winds. We're looking at wind gusts anywhere from 30 to 50 miles per hour. But even outside those stronger wind gusts, it is going to be an overall windy day. Winds out of the southwest and the west, just sustained winds anywhere from 15 to 30 miles per hour. So you've got hot conditions. It's very dry out there, low relative humidity, and just very windy conditions will make for fires to become more active and allow wildfires to spread rapidly. And so fire weather watches have been issued for Saturday. As far as air quality is concerned, it is looking a lot hazier today than it did yesterday, but our air quality hasn't changed a whole lot. It's been in the moderate category. It was moderate yesterday, moderate today. We do have some pockets of decreased air quality in the vicinity of some of those active wildfires across the state. But expect that haze to kind of stick around through tomorrow. Mid-80s right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. not seeing a whole lot of 90-degree temperatures. I think we'll see more tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the hottest day of the next 7. Not terribly windy today. Shouldn't be windy tomorrow, but those winds will definitely pick up by Saturday afternoon, and that's why these fire weather watches cover all of eastern Washington into western Montana, Oregon as well. Those will likely be upgraded to red flag warnings. Air quality alerts in place for reduced air quality in the vicinity of some of those wildfires, but otherwise just very dry conditions. No lightning expected with this next weather event, just very dry conditions, very windy. Clear skies expected tonight. Lows down in the upper 50s. Will be in the lower 90s tomorrow, mid 80s, very windy on Saturday, but then a big cool down following that wind event on Sunday. Highs only in the upper 70s.
All right, Michelle, thank you very much. Today, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office resumed their search for a missing paddleboarder at Bear Lake, and we've just learned they plan to close the lake again tomorrow to resume searching. That man disappeared last week, and authorities say conditions are making their search difficult. KREM 2's Christian Garza has more tonight.
Today, crews are back on the water, hoping that their latest efforts will help bring closure to this paddleboarder's family. Driving in the fog with your high beams on, that's what Spokane County Sheriff's Office is comparing looking for the Bear Lake paddleboarder who reportedly drowned almost a week ago, too. Since the reported disappearance, SCSO has used tools like sonar, a remote-operated vehicle, drones, and even divers to search the 35-acre lake, but due to thick silt and dense vegetation, SCSO says divers can't see their hand in front of their face. The incident happened last Friday after reports say the paddleboarder fell into the water and did not come back up. Initially, Bear Lake was closed the weekend after the incident while crews searched for the man, but the search was suspended on Monday due to low visibility and safety concerns. Today, the search resumed. However, SCSO says conditions had not changed, so crews were unable to continue. Crews used sonar today, as well as canine teams, to try to pinpoint an exact location of where to search, but did not find the body. A question we've been getting since the initial announcement about the suspended search is why is the lake still open to the public even though a body has not been found just yet? SCSO says this is the protocol for all of these types of incidents on any body of water. They say they do not close the waterways unless there is an active search happening. The Sheriff's Office confirms with me that if the paddleboarder is not found today, crews will continue to reevaluate and search the water until the paddleboarder is reunited with their family. In Spokane County, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Federal immigration authorities plan to open new detention facilities in 4 different cities across the country. That's according to new documents obtained by our Seattle sister station. One of the facilities could be in the Seattle area. The other in the Tri-Cities, the other cities rather, are Philadelphia, Miami, and Denver. New documents lay out plans to hold 1,500 detainees in Seattle. That's around the same capacity as the Northwest ICE Processing Center in Tacoma. The change would make them 2 of the largest immigration facilities in the country. DHS says the new facilities would have 5 immigration courtrooms and at least 20 offices for attorneys from ICE's legal division. That would reduce the requirement for ICE to transport detainees to and from court hearings. Right now, ICE houses more than 65,000 detainees in 207 facilities across 40 states. To Idaho now, a lawsuit challenging the Boise School District's restroom policy for transgender students will move forward after an Ada County judge denied the district's request to dismiss the case. The lawsuit filed by the Idaho Family Policy Center on behalf of a Boise high school student claims the district violated Idaho law by allowing a transgender student to use a girl's restroom. The judge's ruling does not address the merits of the case, but allows it to proceed toward trial. The Boise School District says it has no comment because of the ongoing litigation. This week, Kootenai County Commissioners agreed to publish a new $147 million budget for 2027. It's up $3 million from last year and includes a 3% property tax increase. According to our news partners over at the Coeur d'Alene Press, the county took the maximum allowable 3% increase because of, quote, significant expenses that hit the county last year. They cited health insurance as the biggest contributor. A county is holding a public hearing for the budget coming up on August 26th at 6 p.m. at the Kootenai County Public Administration Building. All right, more headlines to get to here on KREM 2 News at 5 o'clock tonight. A family searching for healing finds comfort in a stranger's words. The emotional connection after a deadly shooting at the Bite of Seattle. Coming up after the break. And a bit later in the show tonight, with a new wave of strikes, fears are growing the conflict with the U.S. and Iran war could expand. We'll bring you the latest developments.